Hey everybody, I wanted to go through and just talk a little bit about the homework. And so with the homework, again, we're doing something different this time. We're having you turn in a draft homework and then turn in corrections. And so I just wanted to kind of briefly talk about this and kind of show you what would be our expectations, which would be helpful for us when grading. So again, you're first going to turn in your homework draft. And so your homework draft, might look like something like this here. And so here's like question number 1. And so suppose you put in your what you got for question number 1. And then here maybe is question number 2, and what you got for question number 2, what you got for question number 3, so on and so forth. So again, hopefully you can work through these problems and get some result. You may not know if it's correct or not, but maybe you can get some result. Any kind of explanation in there saying, I'm not so sure about this part or whatever could be helpful, or whatever you want to do. If it is a conceptual question, we expect you explain the conceptual question, right? And then again, you could, suppose you have a problem or you just couldn't get anything. Okay, we do want you to kind of explain, things that you tried, things that you thought, you could maybe say, hey, I thought this was similar to the example we did in active time, but I couldn't figure out how to do this part, or, this part wasn't working or whatever, but we need to have something other than I couldn't do it. And the other alternative, right, is if you're stuck, is to come talk to us in office hours or on Piazza or active time or whatever. Okay, so you turn in your homework and there'll be some draft like this here. Now the idea is then is we post the solution. So the homework will be due every week, 4:30 p.m. on Thursday. Okay, and you'll be able to upload this on Gradescope. And so here's your draft. Let's just say there was 3 homework problems that week or whatever. So you upload those, and basically at 5 p.m., okay, we do 2 things. We release the solutions. Okay, so our homework solutions, and we have the 5 to 7 homework workshop. Okay, which is we have the links on Canvas. Okay, so if, for instance, in these 1, 2, and 3, you didn't get it right, you can look at the solutions. If that's enough, that's great. If you want to go talk with the TAs, that's great too. If you want to talk to your friends, basically whatever you need to do to sort of figure out how the problem works, because I'm sure we've all been in situations where the solution maybe wasn't helpful or didn't answer all of our questions, so that's great. And then what we want to do is you want to grade your homework. And so the way that works is, again, if you notice here, I left space. So we'd like you to leave space. The big question is how much space? Well, it's really hard to know. I'm someone who writes really big. What I would probably do is have a piece of paper for every question. That way, so now let's go through. So let's suppose I got number 1 right. So I would just say, I got this right, and put like a check mark or something. You don't need much, okay? And then like say number 2, I got a little bit wrong. And so I had to make a little correction. So here I say, okay, I missed the part B. I should have added this one little thing. You make a little correction. Again, you note that I'm doing this in a different color. This would make it so much easier for the uploading. And then finally, suppose for the number 3, I really wasn't sure what's happened and I needed some extra space. And what I can do is sort of right here. And then what I can do is basically, insert another sheet, right? So into there, just sort of insert another sheet. So that's totally allowed, where again, in that different color, I would complete that. Okay, and then basically, hopefully now, then when you do this, everything is correct, and in this grading, right, it's important that you say, okay, I got part B wrong, and here's what I did wrong, and here's the right way to do it. We want you to kind of, be meta and kind of talk about what's happening. We're going to try to be flexible and help you. The first time is always kind of tricky, but it's really important that you sort of state, what kind of went awry with this. And then what we want you to do is then take that document, that new document, okay, so now it's 4 pages, and upload that, and that's due by 5 p.m. on Fridays. The important thing is that the document you uploaded 4:30 and the document you uploaded on Friday is the same, with the exception of any extra pages and the blue writing, but it's the same original draft mean, you're literally correcting and grading your homework is the idea. I mean, the hope is that when the TAs look at this, they kind of go through and everything's perfect and it's super quick and everything like that. So that's the hope, and that everybody understands what's happening. So that's sort of our expectations. Again, it might be kind of tricky, to do this in practice, and we'll try to sort of help everybody. The first one will probably be, a little bit rougher, but that's sort of the idea. So if you have any more questions on this, please don't be afraid to post something on Piazza or drop something into the suggestion box. But that's sort of what we would like to have happen. Okay, so thank you so much.